Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is February 26th, and we are looking at the mid-level water vapor loop. And you can see the system finally getting out of Southern California there. Next frontal system already hot on its heels, moving across the state as we speak. An even stronger storm looms out across the Pacific Ocean here, and there's some blizzard warnings in effect for that one back there. Low elevation snowfall, more mountain snowfall, more thunderstorm potential, big winds, big waves. It's just a great time to be a weather watcher here down across the state of California. Now looking here at current hazards, this is for that next storm coming up here across Pacific. There's blizzard warnings for the Sierra Nevada here all the way up towards Northern California. A lot of winter storm warnings in effect as well. You can see the winter weather advisory still in effect for some of the California mountains. Additional snowfall is possible down there as well. Now looking at this day 1 through 3 overall winter storm impacts, you can see some minor and moderate across the Southern California mountains here, but the big impacts are going to be across the Sierra Nevada all the way up through Northern California here, including some of the Siskiyous and the coastal range even up there as well. Now looking at this day 1 thunderstorm outlook starts to creep down into Northern California. There's day 2 includes the Bay Area and some of the Central Valley there, and day 3 mainly along the coast and the Bay Area there also. So watch out for thunderstorm potential for the next 3 days as well. Now this is the storm that went through Southern California, bringing all those blizzard warnings, finally moving out of the area. This is the European hot off the presses, the 12Z run, 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. There goes that next frontal system here, and then that next storm system is kind of embedded in there as well. And then you can see this trough just kind of open up across the state of California here. And then watch as we go into the extended, we remain active, continuing to bring another polar lobe down here across this state, continuing to bring just an amazing winter here to the state of California. Incredible snowpack building up. We're really filling up those reservoirs, trying to put an end to this drought across the state here. La Nina is including California in its wintertime fun this year. So this is looking at the European, again, hot off the presses there. There goes that frontal system today, and then the stronger one as we go on in through Monday and Tuesday morning, really driving down across the state, as you can see here. Big mountain snows, more rainfall, thunderstorm potential, big winds. We'll take a look at those details here coming up in a moment. And you can see kind of a next week frontal system brushes by, but then a stronger storm starts to arrive as we go towards next weekend as well, potentially bringing more impacts across the state as we go, with the low pressure kind of hanging off the coastline there. Some cold air still around through the extended run. This is the European this morning's. Now you can see here, this is total snow Kuchera. Put this into motion and watch some of these just ridiculous snowfall amounts. Again, you can see some of the snowfall potential across in the California mountains start to come up there, and you can see across some of the Central California coastal range there as well. Northern California, Sierra Nevada, just incredible amounts showing up here. And look at some of these totals here as you go out through hour 117 there. Now, as we speed ahead all the way out through the 10-day period, I mean, look at some of these totals. They're well up over 10 feet of snowfall there. I mean, you can kind of throw out the max there, 180 inches, probably overdoing it a bit. But you can see there's going to be multiple storms coming down across the state here as we go on in through the 10-day period. This is looking at the HRRR, the 3KM. First frontal system there, moving across the state. But then the next storm here, and this is one causing those blizzard warnings across much of the Sierra Nevada up towards Northern California, winter storm warnings as it drives down across the state. Lots of cold air associated with that. Thunderstorm potential, big winds there as well. As this goes out 48 hours, the 18Z HRRR, high resolution rapid refresh model. This is looking at the NAM3KM. We're looking at 500 millibar temperature, somewhere up around 18,000 feet. Finally, that system moves out, and the next frontal system moving through California. Then the stronger one out of the Pacific starts to arrive as we go on in through Monday. As you can see, this polar lobe swing through the northern half of the state here, bringing that intense weather. And then we're going to continue to be active on in towards next weekend as well for the state of California. I always like looking at that map there, kind of visualizing that cold air aloft. Here's the 80-meter wind speeds here. Put that into motion. There's the first frontal system, then the stronger one across the Pacific Ocean. You can see the big winds along the coastline here. That's what's going to spawn those high winds across some of the higher terrain here. Almost near impossible travel conditions going to be going on here Monday night on in through Tuesday morning across some of the region, as this extends some high winds all the way down through Southern California's higher terrain as well. And you can see additional systems after that as well coming through here as the NAM3KM goes out 60 hours. This is looking at the European. This is hot off the presses there. There goes that system moving across Southern California. Then watch what happens. And the next frontal system kind of moving through as we speak. Then the more powerful system as we go through Monday night into Tuesday shown there. And then this trough just kind of remains open here as we go on in through midweek. And then another system is going to be arriving as we go on in through next week and shown here across the state as well. So just an incredibly active winter pattern here across the state of California. Going to be talking about this winter for probably decades. This is looking at the European this morning. This is rainfall here, and here's snowfall. And we just speed ahead through the 10-day period here. You can see all the snow that's coming here across some of the Southern California higher terrain, Central Mountains, Sierra, and the Northern California as well. Huge amounts, big rainfall, really coating the entire state. Just very impressive. Very beneficial for the state of California here because these are not the huge destructive atmospheric rivers that are very warm and super high snow levels as well. So this is, we're doing pretty good here. I know we did a lot of damage here in January, but still a lot of that rainfall is beneficial. You have to have the precipitation. Water is life. Now, taking a look here, this is 2-meter temperature anomaly. And look at this during the next 10 days. I'm just kind of scrolling through here, and you can see just how chilly the Southwest is going to remain here. This is Tuesday afternoon, and you can just continue to see the systems in this cold air just moving down across the region. Look at some of Nevada up towards 30 degrees below average here, all the way out through the deserts even, down through California. And we just continue on through the 10-day period, and you can see this just exist all the way on into next weekend across the western portions of the USA as we remain well below average across the entire state of California and a lot of Nevada, Arizona, Utah as well. Now, this is looking at significant wave height. If I put this into motion here, you can see these waves arrive with these individual systems, a little bit of an ebb and flow between the systems as we go. Here we go on into the following week and next week. So just when these systems come through, just expect some pretty increased wave activity anywhere along the coastal areas of California. Now, this is looking National Weather Service Sacramento and just some of these huge, ridiculous amounts of snowfall showing up here on this graphic. And we're going to have lower snow levels with these systems as well, down to 1,000 feet locally, 500 in northern Sacramento Valley out there, whiteout conditions, down trees, power outages. You name it, you got it up there in the Sierras. Extreme travel impacts. Do not be traveling across the Sierra Nevada without a kit in your car and try to put this off until you get a break in the storms coming up here. This is Monday through Wednesday. You might want to postpone your travel here for a while unless it's absolutely necessary. But in the light snow all the way down to 500 feet in some areas as well. Now, this is looking at snowfall forecast. You can see Red Bluff over here on the left, but you can see kind of some of these highways and some of these towns here, Mineral, Chester, Susanville here. So you know where you are, and you can kind of see this gives you a good cross section of how high your elevation is here, according, versus places like Red Bluff here. And this would be mainly for Highway 36. This is for 299. You can see Hatchet Mountain Pass up there. You can see Bernie, Round Mountain, Ingot there, and Redding all the way down here, still expecting 3 to 4 inches though as well. Nice cross section, just kind of gives you an idea of what kind of elevation you are located at. Similar thing here too with Redding on the right, this time Junction City over here, Oregon Mountain, Weaverville, Buckhorn Summit there. And one more here for Highway 36 as well, Mad River. You can see Red Bluff over here, Wildwood there. So anyway, good graphics here from National Weather Service, Sacramento, and Eureka. I think I have a couple of Eureka ones coming up here in a moment as well. But look at this, 1 to 3 feet for 2,000 feet plus. That's just incredible. Up to 5 inches for the northern Sacramento Valley, which has some lower elevation areas there. And we are looking, again, folks, at extreme travel conditions, excessive travel delays and road closures likely. Again, strong winds and whiteout conditions. And there's going to be so much snow falling, and it's so windy, you can easily cover the road, and the snowplows can't keep up with it because as soon as you plow it, the wind can blow back over it, and the snow's falling at a rate where the snowplows may not be able to get to it. You know the drill out there, so have a heads up if you are trying to travel in the higher terrain of California through at least Wednesday. This is looking at top 10 snowfalls here since last Thursday. Pause this if you want to see any one of these individual areas, but you can see the elevation here. Some of these incredible amounts, well up over 5 and even 6-7 feet of snowfall here in National Weather Service San Diego. This was created this morning. This is projected precipitation through Wednesday here, and you some of the Sierra Nevada all the way down through the south. The Grapevine even getting some more snow as well. So it's on its way, folks. There's more storms coming through California. A very active period. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. You can just see this intense bullseye here across the state of California, Nevada, on and through the West Coast. 8 to 14 day, no difference. This goes all the way up through March 11th, shown here. So yeah, we're not done here, folks. We got several systems to go and some pretty extreme travel conditions. Again, blizzard warnings across the state of California. Very exciting time. La Nina has decided to include the entire West Coast here in the winter fun, dropping some very powerful storms down there, and it's going to continue to do so on through the extended forecast here. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that weather out there. Be safe in your travel, especially across the higher terrain. The Sierra Nevadas are no joke, folks. It's going to be really treacherous going up on in through Wednesday across some of the higher terrain. And there's going to be additional snowfall like I talked about across Southern California. Watch out for the thunderstorm threat. Watch out for the big wave activity as well. Strong winds will accompany this frontal systems also. So we'll do this again tomorrow. I'll do my regular briefing. We'll check out these storms and we'll see what's changed and see if these trend a little bit stronger or a little weaker. We'll see how it goes, but it looks like it's going to remain active. So anyway, hope you guys are having a good day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.